And WTHR remains your local home of the Fever, and you can catch a few more of their games as they wrap up the season here on Channel 13.
Yeah, just scan this QR code you see right here. That'll take you to the schedule on WTHR.com/fever. And we're seeing scattered thunderstorms across parts of central Indiana tonight.
That's right. We got some at my house today, so get a break from watering the flowers tonight. But did you get some rain where you are? Angela's tracking from the Weather Center tonight what she's seeing on radar. Angela?
I missed it at my house, but if you are just northeast of Indianapolis, east or south, you've definitely been in and out of some storms today. We had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings earlier this afternoon. No warnings right now, but definitely the type of storms that will interrupt those outdoor evening plans. I want to give you a close-up view. We will start close on Marion County and just south of Southport, just south of Greenwood. We have some heavy rain there. There has been a little bit of lightning associated with that. We definitely have the lightning moving across the southern half of Decatur County. Heaviest rain pushing south of Greensburg. It's over Westport right now. We go west, Bloomington, we've got rain, Ellettsville, just south of Bloomfield. All of this slowly working its way south. If you're not in the rain, well, we're all in the heat, but you're really hot. It feels like 100 in downtown, feels like 106 in Bedford, feeling like 102 in Terre Haute. It's hot, it's humid this evening. Temperatures will stay in the range of 85 to 90 at times, feeling like close to 100. And remember, still a few downpours and some rumbles of thunder possible through about 9-10 o'clock tonight. Big weather pattern changes coming. We'll start to feel it a little bit tomorrow. A slight storm chance, still muggy on Wednesday.
Developing tonight, outrage from residents who live in a near North Side apartment complex after a teenager was shot and killed there over the weekend.
Several people who are living at that complex tell 13 News and also have gone to social media where they're speaking out. They're railing against the short-term rentals in the place that they call home. And one of those residents today spoke with our Emily Longnecker.
Well, IMPD says the investigation is still open into the 17-year-old that was shot and killed in this apartment building over the weekend during a party. Investigators believe it happened inside an apartment, not an apartment they say where someone lives, but in an apartment that's a short-term rental.
Security is like one of my top priorities.
But any sense of safety he felt in this near Northside apartment complex has disappeared for Riley Watts.
I was sleeping. I heard gunshots.
Watts later learned 17-year-old Xavier Whitlow was shot and killed in the apartment building across the street.
The tragedy that happened this weekend, that could have been avoided completely.
Watts blames short-term rentals. He says his lease says no subletting, but says the property manager told him the complex offers corporate leases with different terms.
This is what the property manager told me. If it's an LLC, then it can be rented out, or it can be Airbnb'd.
We reached out to the grounds property management 2 days in a row to ask about short-term rentals. We have not received a specific response. Watts provided a text exchange he says happened between a tenant and management earlier this year, asking about short-term rentals. Here was management's response. Quote, "We do not permit personal Airbnbs. However, we have a handful of corporate leases that furnish the apartment and rent out to short-term rentals. These are not always through Airbnb, but sometimes are." The message goes on to say there are still extensive background checks with short-term rentals. That doesn't make Watts feel any better.
I want to have a neighbor that I know. I don't want to have a neighbor that I don't know, and that's just revolving.
And Watts says he is going to be moving as soon as his lease is up. And again, according to police, there are still no updates in this investigation. On the near North Side, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
And if you have any information about this shooting which led to the teen's death, you are urged to reach out and call Crime Stoppers 317-262-TIPS.
Tonight, a man is under arrest accused of a woman's murder at the end of June.
27-year-old Kamora Woods died in the shooting at an apartment that occurred near North High School Road and 46th Street. James Wallace is now facing 2 counts of murder, robbery resulting in serious bodily injury, and unlawful possession of a firearm by a serious violent felon. In a newly released court documents out today, Metro Police say that Wallace denied being at the apartment complex. However, Metro Police say they showed him evidence that includes data from his Lyft app and also surveillance video linking him to that scene.
In those same court documents, Wallace admitted to knowing Woods from bars and clubs and told police Woods drugged him and took advantage of him while he was unconscious. Investigators say he then admitted to shooting her. He makes his first appearance in court on these charges tomorrow.
Tonight, 11 undocumented immigrants are under arrest. This is in Jackson County. This is following a joint operation between federal and local law enforcement there. Seymour police posting a statement about it online, saying all the people arrested have, quote, already have been charged with or convicted of serious violent crimes, including drugs, child molesting, sexual battery, strangulation, and domestic violence. The chief of Seymour Police then released another quote as well, saying this wasn't a sweep and didn't involve schools or other sensitive locations.